Hi, this is Pastor David Lillier from St. Andrew. Actually, I'm in the woods that's behind St. Andrew. We have a nice parcel of land, and I'm going through a trail and thought it was a good idea to be out in the sun, but it is a little warm. But when it becomes January, I'm going to remember this warmth fondly. Most of all, we want you to know that you're missed. All of us who work at St. Andrew and come to work all week, we miss you. And on Sunday, it's so good to have live worship. And it's great to have online worship for all who can't. But we miss the throngs of people. To see the children come and go to Sunday school, to see them do Fuse, to see people who have Wednesday night meals and all those things they're in. It's going to be different this fall, and we want you to know that you are sorely missed. But be safe and be where you need to be. I was also thinking about how stressful life has become ever since the lockdown, ever since we tried to have a new normal, and it was stressful, and we thought, well, maybe it will abate and maybe life will go back to normal, but here it is a different kind of normal. We can mask up, and of course we should, and we should social distance and be careful and help those who are compromised, but there's so many things to worry about. Parents are worried about the safety of their children, and teachers are worried about going back to school, and people have to make decisions that are for all people, and it's really, really hard. We also add to that the stress and, of course, the justice that needs to be talked about and the things that we need to do to have a more just world. And we're doing that here at St. Andrew. But we know that things continue to not be as they should in this world, especially for people of color. And there's just all this strife. There's all this consternation. And we need to work on these things, but we also need, at times and pinch points, to help to be understanding that things are difficult and people have feelings and people don't always have the same feelings. One of the things I think about Martin Luther is Martin Luther talked about explain your neighbor's actions in the kindest way possible. And it's something that we have to learn how to do. It's very easy for us to be guttural. And I have emotions and I have passions as well. And I at times get at odds with people, and it's very easy to just lash out. I remember somebody who worked at one of the congregations. Her name was Shirley. And she was so sweet, and we would talk about this confirmation child who was acting up, and she would say, oh, he or she is just active. We said, active? Much more than active. And then she reminded us of what Martin Luther said, explain your neighbor's actions in the kindest way possible. This child was very, very active, but also a child of God, also very gifted. And now that I think about it, how many years later, I'm sure that child has grown up to be a wonderful person, a wonderful parent, spouse, etc. I also want you to take care of yourself. The more stress that we have, the more time I think it's important to spend time in prayer, to ask God to take some of the stress and some of the heavy weight that we feel to live in this world under these unusual circumstances. Just take it. Take it from us. And please give me patience. Please give me forbearance. At the same time, we're called to be people of action and to use our voice and to use our passions for those that are oftentimes marginalized and those that aren't listened to. And so there's that delicate balance of to be understanding, to be patient, but at the same time have passion for things we believe in. And there is that tension, there is that strife, there is that friction, but that's what life is all about. We tell our kids that there is that difference between being serious and too serious. Most of all, we want you to know that if you need anything from us, we always have a sympathetic ear and we will help in any way possible. At the same time, we're also living in the same world, and it's stressful, but we want a more just world, but we also want a kind world, and we want to make sure that as we go through this pandemic together, as we try to create a more just world where we're more fair and equitable, that when we go through this process, we try to do it together, so when we are on the other side, which is hopefully a better side, we can rejoice together. So on this great day that is warm and humid, some more temperate temperatures will come and some rain will come. That's how life is, right? Please be kind to others. Please be kind to yourself. Take a deep breath. We are making plans of how we're going to look different in the fall. but we will listen to you, and we will try to do as much as possible. So whether you're here or at home or somewhere in between, you can hear the word of God. Be good to one another. Be good to yourself. Enjoy the day that the Lord has made, and rejoice and be glad in it. God bless and take care.